Hi everyone, welcome to my first process video. Let's get started with it. I got the inspiration for this layout from Tracy Banks, I believe her name is. It's Mercy Tiara on YouTube. And I love watching her process videos, and she did one a little while ago where she cut out a chevron from some pattern paper, and I thought it'd be really cool to use some washi tape to create the same effect. And Stampin' Up have brought out some just gorgeous washi lately, so I just wanted to use them all up. So I just decided to grab a whole bunch of washi and start making a big chevron pattern across the page. If I had some more time and didn't have a 3-year-old running around in my scrap room, I would have spent a little bit more time joining the washi tape up where I've cut it to form the V. But in saying that, the end result wasn't too bad. It just was a little bit overlapped, but that's okay. I take my scrapping time where I can at the moment. So I decided to use a mix of the different ranges of washi, and they were just colours that match my photo. I think I ended up using 5 strips, and I really love the effect that this gave the page, and I did it off center, the same as the layout that I got the inspiration from. This took quite a long time to try and figure out how to get the right dimensions there for the washi, but I think it worked out well. So I had always planned of putting it in the photo up on the top left of the chevron, but once I had the chevron in place, I thought maybe it might look better somewhere else. So you'll see I sort of flip it around a few parts here just to have a little look-see, and then I end up back where I thought originally it was going to go. So that's about where I was going to put it up there. Then I flipped through some of the DSP stack. This is the Moonlight DSP stack, and found some nice papers to go with it. And this is a great way to use up those DSP stacks on the 12x12 layouts. So I just wanted to layer up a few pieces. One thing that I always do is I sand the edges of my photos, and I just love the white crisp line that you get around the edge of your photo. So that's what I was doing off to the side there. And I'm just laying these up, just deciding which ones I wanted to go where. And I got my dauber out. I always get my dauber out on my sponge and ink the edges of all my papers. I just find that it just makes the page nice and cohesive. Then for this, the yellow stripe there, I decided I wanted a little bit of texture underneath for that layer, so I got out my spiral punch. I was just working how much of that I wanted to show. And then, of course, with the spiral punch, I always rough it up, make it look like it's been ripped out of the book, and add some ink as well. So the photo that I've got here is actually my son. We took him to Disney on Ice, and we bought him a little Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck while we were there. So this was the ride home from that, with him in the back seat with these two new little friends. So I'm off here finding some stamps that I want to use on this layout. And I grabbed a whole bunch, and I think I used 2 different sets, but I always grab different options and see where I want to go. So the first stamp I got out was from the Work of Art set. It's a really nice little chevron, and with some stays on. I just wanted to put it underneath where the photo mat was going to go, the top and the bottom. And not sure where I went then. I think it was after my 3-year-old. And then I grabbed one of the Project Life stamp sets that Stampin' Up brought out, which has great little stamps in it. And these are in the new photopolymer stamps, which are great. And I got it's a little line of arrows. And the great thing with Stampin' Up is that everything matches. So I knew that the blue washi I'd used was in Pool Party, so I grabbed out the Pool Party ink and just stamped it in a few places. And also just stamped it down along the chevron as well. So then I think I went back to the Work of Art. Yes, I did. I went back to Work of Art set and got the nice little dot that comes in that. And I got out the crushed curry, inked with that one. So I just wanted to build up another layer underneath where my photo mat was. So another layer of stamps under there. I find that using those stamps that way just gives that a lot of texture, dimension to the layout without having too much bulk. And now Stampin' Up have some letter stickers that are found in the Project Life accessory packs, which I absolutely love. And although I do Project Life, I love my 12 by 12 pages more. And I have bought many of the accessory packs to use on all my layouts. They're fantastic. So once again, I know that my colours all match, which is fantastic. So I went with some blue and some black letters on this one. I decided to follow the chevron for my title. So I called it New Friends. So then the next thing was to decide what embellishments I wanted on this page. And I went back to another stamp. This is the Gorgeous Grunge, and it has a great ink splatter effect in different sizes, and I picked the one with the smallest size splats. And this is a really great stamp instead of actually using inks to spray onto your pages. And I find that although there's a lot of ink dots in this stamp, if I use a marker and just ink up a couple of the spots, I can just get a couple of spots. So it works well for if you want a lot or a little, just as long as you've got some markers. So that's what I'm doing here, is just inking up a few at a time and just splattering a few around that photo mat. I have a lot more markers than I have inks, ink sprays, so I can get a lot more variety out of using the stamp set, getting a lot more colours. Okay, I think that was the end of the stamps. Now working out which embellishments I wanted to use. There's some great wooden elements, I think they're called, in all the Project Life accessory packs, and I knew I wanted to use some of them, so I grabbed out a few of those, and I spent the last half an hour of this layout just moving them around and trying to figure out where I wanted to put them. So I went with some arrows. I actually didn't end up using that particular arrow. I ended up using some other arrows, and I thought the arrows would look really good going down along the chevron to take your eye down through the chevron and then up off the page again. So that's what I was playing around with. I really love that banner that ends up on where it is there. I love that it's actually got the cutout from it, so you can still see through to the photo. So I love that one. So, yep, just gluing them down and that's it. So, if you'd like to check out the finished product, you can check out the layout at scrapronnie.com. And hopefully I'll be back with some more process videos. I love watching process